Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and I did not expect to be making this video, that is for sure. I can guarantee you that, because if you guys watched my last video on the pinball machine that I picked up, it is the Toy Story that's sitting right here. It is the collector's edition Toy Story that I found a great deal on. It was the #1 that I wanted because I'm a huge Disney fan and stuff like that. And that was the one I was going to have if I couldn't fit any other real pinball machines in this area, because this is the dedicated area that I have for pinball. And as you can see, my ceiling heights are not that high. So I knew that Toy Story was 76 inches in height, and this is not 76 inches in height. This is lower. And as you can see, I have the At Game sitting over there next to me, and then across from there is where I'm getting my full-size virtual pinball machine, which technically could fit another real pinball machine, but I want my virtual pinball machine because that lets me play everything under the sun, essentially, with all the toys and everything. So I was basically going to have 3 pinballs in the lineup. I was going to have Toy Story, the At Games, and the At Games can't fit anything else, even if I got rid of it, because of the height of the ceiling and the way the pipes are kind of laid out here. It's not like I could take At Games out and put a full size. It doesn't work. And then the full size of the virtual pin was going to go next to that. So I was kind of done. I was like, all right, Toy Story it is, stuff like that. Then I went to go check out the video that I just did yesterday for you guys. That is the arcade in Lanhorne, Pennsylvania. And they had over 80 pinball machines. And the second machine that I wanted, and I talked about that in a previous video with you guys, that I was between Toy Story and Stranger Things for a while, was this one right here. Stranger Things, the premium edition, as you guys are looking at. And it was from Stern. Now, in an ideal world, that's exactly what I wanted, because it'd be great to do videos for you guys, which now I plan on doing, of somebody who owns one of each and comparing, hey, what does Stern do better? What does Jersey Jack do better? What it's like to own one of each machine, to see what they do differently. And, you know, but it wasn't going to work because I didn't have 76 inches here. I went to go play it in Lanhorne, Pennsylvania, and I fell in love with Stranger Things. It was a ton of fun, and I was really happy with it and everything. But I looked at it, and I was staring, and I was like, why does that look smaller than Toy Story? Because I just assumed it was 76 inches, just like Toy Story, because typically all pinball machines are around 76 inches. And when I went over there, he measured it. It was 76, it was 75.5, but the levers on the legs were like 2 inches up. So then I got to thinking, I was like, maybe I can fit this thing. Because then I came home and I measured this was 75, and I was like, I think I could do it. So I came home. I already had a bunch of things sold for my V-Pin that's coming in September. So the money was already set aside for that, but I had the cash already to buy this. So I got the Stranger Things, and they hooked me up with a great deal over there. The owner of that place is amazing. I talked about it in my previous video, but I got this from him. They delivered it. They brought it down my stairs and, you know, set it all up, made sure they cleaned it. They waxed the playfield and everything. And yeah, it's not a brand new one. It's not brand new in the box. But to me, it doesn't matter because the condition is perfect. They cleaned everything up. Everything looks brand new, and you guys will see that. No damages on the art or anything. You wouldn't know it wasn't brand new if I just didn't tell you that. And there's a couple of mods on here already. So we got a lot to talk about in this video. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming tech is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Alright guys, so here's Stranger Things. We're going to do this like usual with the lights on first to give you an overview of the machine, talk about what's in here, and of course show you some gameplay towards the end of this video so you guys can take a look. But again, here's my lineup right here: Stranger Things, Toy Story, and At Games. And there's the corner where the V-Pin is going to go. I got super lucky with At Games fitting here, because you can tell that the only way that this works is because it's kind of set to the left over there, a little bit over. If it wasn't for that, the topper wouldn't fit. So I have the exact amount of room by a couple of inches extra to fit the V-Pin over here. So my lineup is basically complete. I got literally the 2 machines that I wanted the most. I got the one from Jersey Jack that was Toy Story as a huge Pixar fan, and then as a huge Stranger Things fan, I got the Stern one that I wanted. And, you know, when I played it, I had a super fun time with it. I fell in love with it when I played it. Played it for like 3 or 4 hours straight over there. Came home, measured like I told you, and it worked. And when I tell you it worked, man, was it a pain. Can you guys see? So it looks like there's a lot, right? It looks like right here, there's a lot of room. It looks like there's a good 1.5 inches. There's not. Because if you look back here in this corner, and I move this Nova thing out of the way, do you see what that went in by? A centimeter or less of space that this thing actually fit here. literally a centimeter. When they first got here, we didn't think it was going to work. I was really nervous because they brought it in, and even though we measured, it wasn't going in. So I got super lucky with how this worked out. I mean, you could see that the height is just perfect. I already had the height measured out, so we don't run into the same issues with the VP, with the virtual machine that's coming in, and that should be fine because the back box is going to sit in this like gigantic area here, so there shouldn't be any issues with height, even if it goes by like up an inch because of the topper, because it will just sit behind there. So it should work out with no issues at all compared to these, because that has the most amount of room in the height corner over there. So anyway, here it is. Here is Stranger Things, my first Stern machine, probably my only one, because, like I said, my lineup is now full, and these are the two I most wanted. So let's go ahead and take a look at the machine here, what we have. So as you can see, here is the back box here. We have the Netflix Stranger Things. This is the Premium Edition. As you guys can see right there, it has the Premium Edition logo. You can see here, has the Insider Connect. This is the model that came out in 2023 because they did 2 runs on Stranger Things. They did the original run, and then they also did, they ran another run of it. So this is from the next run, which is great because there was a couple of issues with the first run, like telekinesis, which we'll talk about back there, that wasn't working. So they kind of fixed that through patches and stuff, but they really took care of everything when the new edition came out. So this is the 2023 model, so it's not even like it's the 2021 model. So again, not bad at all. So, and there's the back glass there. Obviously, very distinct difference to what Jersey Jack does, where their back box monitor is huge, and they do a smaller marquee up there. Here, they do a bigger marquee and a smaller screen. Honestly, either is awesome. It just depends on the machine. I don't mind having different, I like having machines that do different things. So I don't have a preference to either one. Having a gigantic screen is cool. Having a bigger back box showing the artwork like that, and then having the screen that's still plenty big enough on the bottom, either way works for me, in my opinion. Anyway, here is the Playfield. You can see right there, it looks fantastic, and it looks even better at night, which you guys will see. There it is right there. We are going to talk about some of the mods that this thing already came with, which made the deal even better in a minute. There's the front of it. So you can see the artwork here, because the artwork is different depending on the model. They have the Pro, the Premium, and the LE. So this is the Premium artwork. You can see here. I know it's a little bit hard because it's kind of close to this one here with the reflection, but hopefully you guys can see that. That's Will sitting right there, and it says Netflix Stranger Things there in the corner. And then if we go to this side, I'm glad that this is the artwork that's on this side, because if I had to choose from one side to the other of what people can see better, I'd rather have like the kids portrayed here with Netflix Stranger Things, because, that's the iconic Stranger Things like scene from season 1 and stuff, with the arcade kind of in the background. So I like that this is what's shown off when people come down the stairs. That's the kids that people recognize and stuff. And then you have these two up here as well on this side. And then on the other side, it's kind of hard to see, but you can kind of see them right through there. So I think the machine looks fantastic. I love the look of it. I think it looks really, really good. No complaints with it at all. And like I said, I got lucky that it fit in here. But yeah, it's built really well, obviously, as these Stearns machines would. I love the artwork on the Premium Edition and everything that this thing has. And it also has the LED top button here, as you can tell. That was stock with the machine as well. So that's the overview of what the machine looks like, the Premium Edition. I think it looks fantastic. Like I said, the back box, I know a couple of people complained in the videos that they thought that this looked a little washed out. I think it looks good. I don't see it washed out, but then again, I don't have like 400 other pinball machines to compare it to, but I think it looks good. As somebody who has seen what Arcade 1-Up washed out marquees look like, this is not that. I think it looks really good, and I love the art of it. I love, L, with the iconic hand coming out and stuff like that. I think it's fantastic art, in my opinion, and I love the art on both sides of the machine. So, as far as the mods that this thing came with that made this even better, for those of you guys who know Stranger Things, the most important mod to do to this machine, and I would have not gotten it without it and would have immediately ordered it, is the UV kit. It literally elevates the game, and you guys will see that during gameplay, especially when You know, it randomly goes into the upside down mode, and I'll call it out in the video, and you guys will see that what the UV kit can really do. But the UV kit is on here and it's installed. That's mod number 1 that was on the machine. Mod number 2 is the shaker motor. So that's the second most important mod in my opinion, and it was already on here, which is great. So that's all ready to go. The third mod of this thing is these side flipper buttons are lit to purple to match the theme of the cabinet. So that's really cool. Not a huge deal, but it's nice to have. So that's mod number 3. Mod number 4 that's installed is the side artwork. You can see it right here on the art blades there. So there you go. This is one side right there. I know it's a little bit hard to see because of the reflections. You guys will probably see it better when I turn the lights off on this machine. But really, really cool artwork for the sides. I wasn't sure because I added that. They had it as an option for me to add, so I actually paid a few dollars for that mod. Like, it didn't come with the built-in price, but regardless, it was well worth it. And I wanted it because, you know, I saw it already on the Toy Story. The Toy Story has, like, the CE edition has it on the sides, and it would look so much more plain if it didn't, you know, have that already. So, again, that's mod number 4. And then mod number 5 on this thing, ABCDC, the alphabet sign right here. See that back there? That is a mod that was not stock with the machine that's lighting up right now with all the different colors. That's a mod that they added as well. So what I've noticed a lot is that there's a lot of different mods for the Stranger Things and Stern in general compared to Jersey Jack. There's not a lot of mods for Toy Story. There's a few, and we're gonna do a couple of them and stuff like that. But it's nothing like what Stranger Things is. Like, I saw pages of stuff. You know, so many things that people do. Adding a bat over here, adding a walkie-talkie over here, adding more of those, you know, other iconic things on, and replacing these red buttons to other things that you can do. There's a lot of mods. I know a couple of the mods that I already have on the way is like replacing this here. This is Insider Connect. Use your QR code because that just looks ugly. I don't need that when I already have this thing here to scan. So this is going to be replaced. The speaker grills are going to be changed. I eventually want to light them up and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of mods that I want to do as time progresses, and we'll do a video when those mods are kind of all here. At least most of them are here, and I'm kind of set for a while. But comment down below on what mods you think out of besides the ones that I just told you already on here. What are your must-have mods for Stranger Things that you think I definitely need to add to this machine? Obviously, I gave you the 5 that's already on here, and I think those 2 being the UV kit and the shaker motor is probably the top 2 that somebody would tell me. So after that's installed, what do you think should be should be like the next thing I do in order of what you guys have seen out there? Because, you know, I'm still new at this. I'm still looking at Stranger Things. So I'd love to hear everyone's opinions on what they think as far as what to add. But yeah, those are the mods that are on the machine, and you know what we have on here. Let me show you this now in the dark a little bit, so you guys can see it. There is Stranger Things, all lit up with the fancy lights, and there is of course Toy Story on the side. You can see the purple buttons there on the side, how everything lights up. Of course, the main thing about this game is the projector. So many people were talking about the projector, and when I guess in the first run of the game that it wasn't like great. Not so many people. There's a couple of people who complained about the quality of it. As somebody who uses a projector upstairs in my movie room and stuff like that, in my living room, the projector is great. I don't have any issues with it at all. I think it looks great, and I think it's unique. I think it gives a wow factor to when people come over and be like, holy crap, there's a screen showing movie clips in the middle of the playfield. It's kind of insane, as it's doing right now, and I love the fact that it's actually being used while it's in standby and no one's playing, which is cool. So like when you're walking by, no one's playing, you can see it's going through different clips of the show and stuff like that, which look awesome. And in a dark room, and even in the light room, I just showed you before, I don't think it looked bad, but obviously it looks better in the dark, surprise. But it looks awesome. Like, I could see it from here. It looks clear. Like, as I still go further back, I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera, but I can see it, and it's almost like I'm watching a show. You know, it's not 4K or anything, but it doesn't need to be. And it looks great. I have literally no complaints about that projector screen. And I think it's a standout thing for this machine. Besides the Demogorgon that you have to fire in the back, which is just awesome. And yeah, I think it's cool. I love it. I love the way that projector interacts. And I love how the projector interacts with all the white pieces on here as well. You can see as you're going through the rails and stuff like that, there's some white. And that's where the projector shines and does different things. I think it was a very unique idea. So it can project different things on here. which is awesome. And, you know, the code of this game, now that it's been out for a while, they haven't updated the code since late last year, so I'm assuming they might be done with the coding updates. But they've added so much to this machine from what I hear from when it first came out. Like, there's so many different things to do now than there used to be before. And if you hold both flipper buttons, and I'll show you guys that during the gameplay, they have something on this machine that I wish Jersey Jack would do, which we'll talk about more when I compare both of them in a different video. But it adds so much more gameplay and fun to the game. All right, guys, so let's do a quick overview of the playfield and gameplay and stuff. Now, obviously, I'm no expert at this game. I definitely know more about Toy Story when I did that overview than I do about this one, because I just got this one, and I'm still learning all the rules. But I can give you a quick overview just to give you guys an idea for those of you guys who have never seen Stranger Things before. Essentially, you were trying to complete chapters and stuff and light them all up. You can see them right here. You got 5-way combo. You got Send It Back, you got Demodog, Demogorgon, Light the Fire, and Telekinesis Multi-Ball. Once you complete those, then you do Final Showdown, and that is the finale of the game. But then after you do Final Showdown once, from what I hear, you could do it again, and it becomes harder, so you have to basically go through it twice to really beat the whole entire game. And the way you start chapters is you basically have to fire it through these lanes. The left side lanes starts Season 1 content, and the right side starts Season 2. So if you go up 3 times, that starts one of the chapters that you're trying to do. And on the left side, so if you do it 3 times, you start one of the modes. If you go to the right, you hit it 3 times, and then you start that mode, and then you start one of the chapters for Season 2. So this machine is technically based on Season 1 and Season 2 of the show, and it has clips from 2 seasons and stuff like that. As you can tell before, when we were playing, you'll see this a little bit in the gameplay here, but you can see that there is a projector here, and you can see the letters that are right there at the bottom that say run. So you basically have to hit those, and when you actually hit those, then you can hit the targets on the back, and then if you go in there, and the Demogorgon from the back side obviously opens, and then you have to kill the Demogorgon. If you put the ball right in its mouth, it's an instant kill. If you don't hit it in its mouth, and I have done that a few times, and it's awesome when you do it. The whole table kind of goes nuts when you kill him, but if not, it pops up with a damage meter, which you will see in the gameplay, and you have to hit him multiple times, even if you don't get him in there. So that was part of a code update that they did, so that was an awesome change, that, you know, it's either a one-hit kill in his mouth or hitting him multiple times with a damage meter. Makes it much more fun, as opposed to just a one-hit kill with a damage meter. It makes it more like a video game type thing, which is super cool. So that's another thing. The skill shot, you basically, when one of these are lit here, when the ball goes out, you're trying to hit that letter of what that purple is on, and that's how you hit the skill shot. And you do a super skill shot. If you hit that I just talked about, and it bumps off and lands into this side thing right here, this side shot right here that's lighting up in purple right now, if you get it in there, but you can't hit it with your flippers, it's got to go in from there and bump off and go over here, which has happened to me once, and you got a super skill shot for like 10 million points. So that's another thing that you can obviously do. And obviously, the big thing about this game is going into the upside down, which is super awesome with the UV kit. Like I talked about, that is a must-own if you own this table. It really adds to the experience, and it happens at any random time. You don't have to do anything on the table or anything, which is awesome. You just get into the upside down, and when you do, you try to get as many points as possible in the upside down before it goes away. And it's highly rewarding, but highly dangerous, as you would expect to be in the upside down, and the table just goes crazy, and it's a super fun experience. And especially if you're a fan of the show, it really feels like you're in the upside down with the lights and the colors of the UV kit, and the fact that it's dangerous, and you don't want to lose your ball in there, but you're trying to get in there and rack points and stuff. Really feels like a rewarding experience, and I think they did a great job with that. Then, of course, you have the Telekinesis Multi-Ball. So you see these bumpers here at the edge of the ramp there. If you hit both of those and you light it, then you'll see light lock will be lit, and then you can throw your ball up there, and L will be up there, and it will lock the ball in the air, which is super cool. You can see her hand is right there, and she literally locks it in place in the air, and you shoot 2 more balls, and all 3 can lock in place, and then they let you go out for a Telekinesis Multi-Ball, which is super cool. So yeah, that's a lot of fun to obviously do. And when people are playing it for the first time and they see her grab the ball, it's just like, holy crap, I can't believe that just happened. So that's a really cool thing as well. So yeah, I think that's kind of an overview of the machine. You're hitting your shots, trying to go through those chapters on Season 1 and Season 2, trying to get to the final showdown so you can go ahead and beat him. You're doing Telekinesis Multi-Ball, you got your skill shot, you got the Demogorgon that comes out, you got these flashers that pop up. You got the projector there that projects either onto the screen or onto these white lanes here that project different things. So a lot going on this table, even though it looks simplistic at first. But of course, the star of the show is the Demogorgon behind that projector screen. When that ramp opens up, you really feel like, it's awesome. Honestly, there's a lot of things I could say because the projector is also really cool, but the upside down is also really cool. So everything about it is just really cool. But let's go ahead and now get into some gameplay. If you hold both flipper buttons at the same time, you can see that it pops up something that says choose your mode of play. Use the flipper to change and the start button to select. So you can literally flip through. DJ mixer, you can listen to the game music, which is really cool. It doesn't actually play a game, but you can listen to all the music of the game, which is awesome. There's challenge mode, which Final Showdown is basically the end game of when you actually beat the whole entire game, but you can actually just play it. So you don't have to even beat the whole entire Stranger Things pinball machine to be able to do that Final Showdown. You could just play it and go right into it and just have fun, which is really cool. So if you're a person who sucks at pinball like me, you can literally just play it and not have to worry about beating the whole game to see that end content, which is awesome. Then there's also Light the Fire challenge. So that's another challenge mode that you can play on here, which is really cool. The Send It Back challenge that you can play. There's a Demogorgon challenge, which is basically killing as many Demogorgons as possible in a certain amount of time. And then there's the competition where all the randomness gets removed if you want to do like a high score challenge without any of that. And then standard normal play like there usually is as well. So it is really cool that those options exist because now you can play these game modes and not have to worry about, beating the game or seeing those things if you're not great at pinball, or even if you are great at pinball, the fact that those options are kind of just sitting there ready for you to hit and not have to play that. It's a really good way to showcase some of that stuff to people who come over who maybe aren't great at pinball, or just be able to play them to have another mode of challenge. It's basically more game modes. That's essentially what it is, where you can achieve other high scores and stuff. And of course, we got to talk about, and we'll talk about it after the gameplay, the Insider Connect feature as well, which I'll show you after the gameplay video on how that actually works, because we're going to do it right now. I'm going to take my phone here. You can see on the Playfield, it's waiting for obviously somebody to scan in. It's showing the thing and stuff. And I'll show you guys the app after the gameplay video, but I have the Stern app loaded and I already, signed in and created an account and everything. So I'm going to open this up. And all you do is you take the app on your phone, because they do have an app now, so it's not a website anymore. You just take the app and you pull up the QR code like it asked you for. You can even save it to your Apple Wallet if you want to. You just put this phone right here. Boom. UGT, your gaming techie, as you can see there, ready to hit and ready to play for player one. And I'm ready to go. And then I can hit this glowing green button right here. Let's go ahead and start. Has the iconic music from Stranger Things, as you would expect. Can't hit the flipper button all the way. There we go.
Hit the Demodog. Demodog attack.
Oh, just drain that ball. Let's try this again, because that was terrible. Here it is. Demogorgon's coming out. Look at, there he is, and look at the light show. Now you got to damage him.
Complete the bottom lanes for light mystery.
What a terrible showing. I tried to hit it, and I ended up sinking the ball. I usually play a lot better than this. Let's try this again.
I'm sorry, did I stutter? I told you everything. I know you do experiments on kids and turn their brains to mush.
No! Damn it. We didn't even get to see the upside down yet, so we obviously got to run this back. I think the highest score I've gotten in this game is 48 million. If I remember correctly. Let's try this again, guys.
The target's the light Demodog attack. Lock is lit. Complete the bottom lanes to light mystery.
Demogorgon is ready. And the ball just went out. I can't really shake the table and tilt it while on camera because the camera's right next to me. There we go. No! I was damaging him. I was trying to hold the ball because I was trying to kill him. So if you put it in his mouth, you actually kill him instantly, which is cool. And I've done it a few times, but not that time. Otherwise, you have a damage meter, which is cool. They added that in a code update, and you have to damage him and hit him multiple times. But if not, you have to hit him one shot in the mouth.
Let's try that again.
Lost that ball again. Because I can't tilt the table on camera. Let me see if I can show you guys the upside down here, which is really cool. I wanted to show you the telekinesis too. With the way we're playing. Can we one-shot this fool?
Complete the bottom lanes to light mystery.
We damaged him, but we didn't one-shot him. Oh, we just missed him. Hey! Let's go. Messed him up. Right in his mouth. That was great.
Sorry, did I stutter? I told you everything.
Mike, don't do it!
You can see the chapter videos and stuff, which is cool.
Get off! Get off me!
Oh, we can try telekinesis. Let's see. Ah, damn it, I missed it. There's a lane next to it. Oh, upside down. Here we go. Look at those UV lights, guys. It is crazy.
The Demodog attack is lit.
We got a good score and upside down. Nice. We got a breakout. Oh no, I lost the ball and I couldn't tilt. Damn it. All right. Either way. That was a good run. That was a good run. Good run, good run. We're at 47 million. We're about to get, and that's only ball one. So we did a really good job. So I'm going to leave this here so I can play this game well. So when we get off this video, I can play this game well so I can actually beat this and get a higher score for myself because that was a pretty good round. But I don't want to mess it up. So I'm going to leave that alone. So that was obviously super cool with the gameplay and everything. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Insider Connect, which is really cool. That I just told you about that you scan. So all the achievements and stuff that you get on this app show up on this app here while you're playing Stranger Things, or any of the things that you have from Stern. So here you can see all the player XP that you have. You can see your achievements, how many plays you have. I haven't scanned every time I've played, of course. I've been playing this a lot, but didn't get the account set up till later on. You can see I have the premium edition. You can see I told you guys 48 million is my highest score, so we're definitely going to beat that. We're already at 47 with 2 balls left to go. So I definitely got to do that after this video and see how high I get. And yeah, you have all these achievements and stuff. You can see your badges and what you've actually unlocked here on the app, like milestones that you've hit and all the achievements and stuff, which is pretty cool. So it definitely gives you an incentive to basically, you know, play the game, because if you scan in, and from what I hear, their next thing is they're going to let you play with other people around the world, which is going to be awesome. So you're going to be able to scan in, and then someone else in the world, whether it's at their home or in an arcade, is going to be able to scan in, and you're going to be competing a high score against somebody else online at the same time. That is really going to elevate their machines, and once they add that to the app, I'm going to be playing Stranger Things against people online. That's going to be super freaking awesome. I'm probably going to get wrecked, but I'll have a fun time doing it and competing against people online. So I can't wait for that. But right now they have the leaderboards like you guys saw, with which you can compare yourself to others online. You can see that you have achievements that you can earn, which gives you a reason to play. And what's cool is that the achievements actually pop up on screen here when you earn them. So it's not just in the app. When you actually earn them, it will say, hey, you earned this thing, and it will show up on the screen while you're playing. So it's all interconnected, which is also super nice to see that the achievements pop up on there and keep track of it, just like your name does, just like the name of your game room pops up on here, all that kinds of stuff while you're connected. So they did a great job with that so far, and I can't wait to see them add multiplayer later on. But let's go ahead and give you guys my final thoughts and impressions of this machine and my wrap-up. All right, guys, that is an overview of the Stranger Things pinball machine, and my first impressions of it are, it's exactly what I hoped it would be. I mean, I played it before I bought it, so that's not going to be a shock, but it is an amazing machine. I'm glad that this is the machine I went with. I'm glad that I have it as 2 of my pinball machines. I couldn't be any happier with it. And it's much harder than Toy Story, that's for sure. So it gives you a balance of, hey, Toy Story is a little bit easier to play. This one, your ball's going to drain a lot more than it would be in Toy Story. But it's just so addicting and fun. I love going into the Upside Down. I love when the Demogorgon pops up and you're trying to kill him. I love that it's based on Season 1 and Season 2, and you're going through and it has different scenes from the movies in there. The only thing, and there's a fix for it, the only thing I wish is that you guys saw the intro song that plays, which is the one that's playing now that we all know from the show. There's not a lot of music in this game that they were able to license, it seems. But luckily, we'll talk about that in a mods video more in detail. But basically, there is a way to basically play more music and change up the music that came on here and add more music into the game from the TV show, add more scenes, and just add more things from the original show that they weren't able to license in this machine. And it's literally super easy. I haven't done it yet. I have the instructions. I haven't done it yet because I'm waiting for something to come in the mail tomorrow. So that will be part of a mods video that I'll do for you guys when I do all the mods, and I'll showcase that to you. So make sure you subscribe because you don't want to miss that to showcase how that looks and what the differences are. But I'm super excited to try that out myself. Because there's definitely not a lot of music currently in the game that is in here, and even the call-outs, there's not as many call-outs as I would want. So, you know, the fact that this thing exists out there that somebody made that you can have call-outs, and he has it from Season 1, 2, and 3, so you get clips and call-outs from all 3 seasons as opposed to just the first 2 like you do on this machine. But, you know, it is really cool that what they do have on here, like I said, besides the music not being a lot, they do have a lot of call-outs, and they got Hopper to be able to do the call-outs to you, which is super awesome. They got the TV clips from Season 1 and 2 that are in here that really elevate the experience and really showcase it and make the game a lot of fun. The projector, in my opinion, is amazing. I think the projector is a standout that people are going to be like, holy crap. When I showed this to a friend yesterday on a camera and they haven't been here yet and they saw it, they were like, I can't believe that there's a projector in the middle of the playfield and there's a giant screen there. And then when that ramp opened up and they saw a Demogorgon and the whole playfield went crazy with the UV lights, and it was just, they couldn't believe what they were actually witnessing. It's super cool, and I'm really happy that there's a ton of mods for this thing. Like I talked about in the beginning of the video, since Toy Story and Stranger Things are going to probably be the only 2 real pinball machines I own, unless if I redo this whole entire game room because I have no other spots to put them based on ceiling height and stuff and room of everything else being taken, I'm going to put, you know, the time and effort to make the Stranger Things pinball machine the best it can be with all the different mods it can, since it's going to be that. Even though I was technically doing that with Toy Story, like I said, Toy Story just doesn't have that many. So this one I'm going to have fun modding out, even though I already have the 5 best mods you can have to start out with on this machine. Like I said, leave those comments down below and let me know what you guys think I should do next with the mods. I know a lot of people also talk about the HD screen. I don't know what people feel about that with pinball machines. I know that the Invisiglass is on my, the HD Playfield is on the toy store, and it does look amazing. Comparing it side by side, that one definitely looks clearer. Like as I look here on Toy Story, I can see everything in there. Looks like there's no glass on there at all. While this one, you can tell there's like a glass over it. So you can already tell the difference, but let me know what you guys think as far as adding it to Stranger Things, if you thought it elevated your experience, or any other mods that you guys may have done or heard about that you think I should definitely add to this machine. And I'll keep you guys up to date with a video coming soon on that. And also stay tuned for a video on a comparison of Jersey Jack versus Stern, because as companies, they have very different philosophies of how they handle their machines, and I'm excited to dive into that with you guys in a comparison video on both of these machines and companies as a whole, as now somebody who owns both of them and can see both sides. So stay tuned for that video, guys. And if you guys have any questions about anything you guys have seen on this Stranger Things pinball machine, leave those questions down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.